Hello Internet, it's Daniel from Cinema Brawls, and today we're going to be starting a new occasional series, i.e. whenever I want. So this is going to be a series called Daniel Plays Dark Souls and Rants About Movies. Title is a work in progress. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be playing through the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. No, this is not the remaster. This is just the original Prepare to Die edition, or the Game of the Year edition for Dark Souls on the PC. So I do have history with this game, but I just want to try it out and rant about movies. So let's get started here. Start a new game. Caps lock's on. Cinema Brawls. Awesome. Alright, male class. What we're going to do is we're going to start out as a warrior. Why not? Master key, because that's the only real thing to start out as. Commoner, hair. We'll just have him bald. Alright. So let's see here real quick. I'm just going to turn down the game volume. There we go. Something a little bit more manageable. Alright. So let's see here. So in, I don't know, the last 2 weeks I've seen a lot of movies, but one of them that I've never actually seen before was Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. My wife saw it on Netflix and we watched it. And so as we're watching it, I noticed some things like Jake keeps quoting it, and I didn't know what they were from, but they're quotes from Liar Liar. Like, I object. On what grounds? It's devastating to my case. I thought that was actually a really good... I'm sorry, I forgot to skip the scene. Okay. I thought it was a really good movie. It made me laugh, but I have a hard time with straight comedies like that sometimes. Oh, dang. One of the reasons being is I have a empathy complex, for lack of a better term. I cannot watch movies or TV shows without feeling a type of what's it called? Regressive empathy, basically. Oh, man, I keep pressing that button. Not regressive empathy, just like this very complex form of empathy that basically makes me feel so much for the characters. And what I mean by that is when a character is doing something like super... Oh my gosh, why do I keep doing that? Super embarrassing, or what I would feel would be embarrassing in real life, makes me feel embarrassed in real life for that character. And so, like when Jim Carrey is up there just yelling and... Yes, there it is. Just yelling about how his case is a sham and things like that, and how he hates his client and whatever. I have to leave the room because it's so embarrassing. Or when the chick was like, so, how is that good for you? He's like, I've had better. And even he's like super embarrassed by it, but still, it's, oh my gosh. I need to remap these keys. but still, it's just so embarrassing for me. It hurts me physically to watch a character do that. Ah, dang. There we go. And so, like, that entire movie, there were off and on points where I had to, like, just step out and couldn't take it anymore. It was too hard for me to understand why he would just do all that crap, you know? And dang it. And because of that, a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows I can't watch anymore. I could never really watch in the first place even. It was just, it was too much for me to try to sit through these things where these characters are acting like idiots, and it's supposed to be funny, but I don't think of it as funny. I think of it as, oh crap, what if I was in that situation and couldn't do it? Like, how would I feel, you know? And because of that, like, so many shows are off limits to me, like How I Met Your Mother, some Jim Carrey movies, things like that. And so I have like kind of this bad, for lack of a better term, opinion on some movies, specifically comedies. Like, I love some comedy TV shows, don't get me wrong. But specifically ones like How I Met Your Mother, The Office, things like that are quote-unquote cringe comedies, I can't handle it. I just can't do it. And so I end up getting kind of angry at these movies, honestly, because they're so mean to me. But then there are other comedies that I do like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think that Brooklyn Nine-Nine is hilarious. And the best part about it is that even though it's created by the same guy who did The Office and kind of has that same basic aesthetic, it doesn't override the comedy. It doesn't take away from the jokes, in that these characters aren't necessarily super embarrassed about what they're doing, because what they're doing isn't embarrassing, they're just goofballs. Had to restart there. Cinema Brawls, there we go. And because they're such goofballs, it's funny. Like Jake and Charles and those guys, they're hilarious. And their dynamic is just so funny. Like, yeast! You know, the cold opens. Ah, dang it. The cold opens are just so good. Oh, man. I got wrecked there. The cold opens are hilarious. Like the Backstreet Boys one. Can you please sing I Like It That Way by the Backstreet Boys? Yeah. And then they go through it, and it's just great, and I love it. Dang it. What is also great, excuse me. What is also great with Brooklyn Nine-Nine is just the level of like the amount of jokes that they're willing to just throw at you. Like, it's a straight comedy, and it wants you to know it. It has some serious moments, and come on, And those moments are great, especially when combined with all of the jokes. Like everything with... There we go. Everything with Holt. Holt is the best. Holt's the real MVP. Alright. Go, 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 go. Holy cow. That was close. Holt is just hilarious. And I love how he's the stereotypical no-nonsense... no-nonsense police captain, and is still just the funniest guy. There we go. Sorry, if you haven't noticed, I'm doing some speedrunning-ish tactics with this. I have speedrun this game before, and I enjoy it. I'm just so bad at it. But anyway, but I like some comedies. Liar Liar was really good, and I enjoyed it, even though I cringed a lot during it, and it hurt me sometimes. I still think that one of the funniest movies is The Princess Bride, just because I love The Princess Bride so much, and you guys know that. You've seen our video, right? But with The Princess Bride, it's just the subtle details. It doesn't stop there and explain jokes to you. It doesn't sit there and go, ha, it's funny. Do you get it? Do you understand it? It's just like, oh yeah, no, that's just hilarious. I love that. Like everything with Vicini and Inigo and Fezzik is just comedy gold. Just a blast. And I love it. And it's great. And I love it. And it's great. Ooh. Oh crap, did I not get any homeward bones? No! Alright, fine. I'll just dark sign out. It's okay. Dang it. Man. Alright. What was I saying? Princess Bride, Faciti. So great. Everything about him is just wonderful. Just the best. And like down to even his one-liners about how smart he is. You know, like those are funny. Those are good. That's good comedy. Everyone says never get in a land war in Asia, but only slightly less well known is never go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line. Ha 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 ha. Okay. You know, just funny things like that I love and are great. Ooh, a talisman. And then like Cary Elwes Wesley is just awesome in it too. He's smart, he's funny, he's brilliant, and he knows it. But he never comes off as smug or mean in any way, which I also really like and appreciate about Cary Elwes in that movie. Like that was a great movie. Does anyone deny that was a great movie? I hope not, because like The Princess Bride is a classic, and I think that it's honestly a crime that it isn't on the AFI's 100 greatest movie lists. So I'm a film student in school. Oh, dang it, Fireball. I'm a film student in school, and before I get too much into it, I am going to just quit out real quick for just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I'm back. Back in black. I hate the jack. I don't know. Does anyone know what those words are? I don't. It's weird. All right. So I'm back. What am I doing? Okay, so where was I? The Princess Bride. So another thing that I absolutely just adore about The Princess Bride is its attention to detail in terms of like book to movie transitions, or I don't know what the best way to put that, adaptation. I had a whole video about this, and I worded it so much better there. And oh, there's people in this game. That's weird. I thought they'd all be playing the remaster. There we go. That guy always just terrifies me. I've played this game so much, that guy still scares the freaking crap out of me. Every time. Anyway, I'm sorry. Princess Bride. I like how the adaptation of The Princess Bride was one where I felt like the characters transitioned very well into the movie, like how they acted in the book versus how they acted in the movie was very similar, and I liked that aspect of it. I did like how there were several things that were changed in the movie to make it better, like for instance, sorry, I'm thinking about the game for a sec. Yeah, how you have to do this. Dang. Alright. I like how, for instance, in The Princess Bride, there wasn't gosh, combat's so hard in this. I like how in The Princess Bride there wasn't like of course it's a spoof, and everyone talks about it being a spoof. Ah, dang. And that's good. and it's great, and I love it. Oh, at least I saved. Crap, I keep losing my train of thought because I'm trying to play video games. I'm not very good at this. This is like one of the first times I've ever done this, so okay. Let's get back on it. The Princess Bride. Great movie. Love that movie. Here, let's talk about something else, because I've talked about The Princess Bride a lot. Let's talk about another great movie. What the freak, man? The Dark Knight. So Jake just had a perfect 10 about The Dark Knight that just came out, and it was good. I liked his... I liked his kind of free-form thoughts about it, and I felt like he worded everything very well, and that he really understood a lot about what made that movie great and was able to articulate that. And that's one of the things I hate about Jake, is that he articulates things just so much better than I do. Ah, dang. All right. And because of that, I lose a lot of my arguments in our cinema brawls. But anyway, he's a really good guy, and I still really love Jake. But man, I hate how he can succinctly talk about things that I can't, as evident by this video. But with The Dark Knight, I liked how it overall was a very good, very well-paced, great movie. Dang it! I shouldn't fight him. I should just run away. Just run away, Daniel. But I liked how in his video he talked a lot about like the technical aspects of it, and like how I'm all the way back here. Dang, how really very artistic without being artsy The Dark Knight is. And maybe that's just what I'm getting from The Dark Knight and his video. But I like how with The Dark Knight there's a lot of subtext and a lot of text, and everything just flows so smoothly with the movie. I love how technical everything is, and I mean that truck flip alone was just awesome. Like I've been watching this series of videos on YouTube called Stuntmen React to Good and Bad Stunts on the Corridor Crew channel, and it's super interesting to me to like hear a stuntman's perspective, like a very professional, well-established stuntman. Like he does everything. He does a lot, and it's really cool to me to kind of see that expertise and get to know more about the nature of filmmaking. And I like how they talk about the different stunts, and so seeing some good stunts, specifically some good truck flips, really sets me off on the bad truck flips. You know, like I'm starting to notice the good and the bad kind of stunts, and I like it. I think I like how much stunts dictate kind of what is put forward in movies. Specifically stunts like in Mission Impossible, the stunts in The Dark Knight, where it's obviously very realistic in the best way. It's so Sorry, just a sec. This guy. All right. It's so beautiful to see how the realism of the Dark Knight is portrayed in the stunts. Those stunts are just beautiful. Did I not grab my souls? Dang. That's okay. I'm still gonna get some more. It's okay. It's okay, Daniel. You got this. How those stunts are made, you know, like you can obviously tell a real punch at this point from a fake punch, and being able to see that difference portrayed so well in movies like The Dark Knight is amazing to me. Dang it. And so, I don't know. I like movies. Hopefully I'll get better at this as I go, in terms of like talking about movies and not getting so distracted by the game. It's a great game, but it's so intense to try to play and talk at the same time, because man, it's hard. That room is so intense unless you know how to kind of weave your way through those guys. All right, so now I'm going to just quit out here for another sec. All right, well, actually, I need this guy and this guy. Let me see if I remove my pants. Alright, I can fast roll now. Dope. Okay. What are some other good movie stunts? I don't know, leave some comments below. I personally just absolutely love Yes. Oh man, did you see that? Oh man, a no-hit boss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, that makes me feel good. That gets me right in the feel goods. Oh man. All right. What are some other good stunts? I don't know. I was thinking about stunts because of The Princess Bride. Man, isn't that just like the greatest sword fight of all time? Like Inigo and Wesley's sword fight is just beautiful. I love every second of that sword fight. Just the level of skill that goes into that. Like those guys are incredible, and the fact that they were able to pull it off in such a way that it, while maybe not necessarily the most realistic in terms of how a sword fight would go down in real life, it is so intense to watch. And I don't watch movies for realistic. I watch movies for how do I do this? Ah, I forgot how to dupe in Souls. Dude, really? Alright. I'm calling it there for a day. You know, tomorrow when I come back and play, I'm gonna have some more notes for you guys on movies. But let's see how this goes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please check out our other videos. I'm Daniel from Cinema Brawls, and this has been me playing Dark Souls. Thanks, guys.